Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. So in today's video, I worked on a few things around the yard, just moving a couple of things and also planting a new plant. So let's take a look at everything I did. So first up is this bed here. You can see that I transplanted this tomato. This is a Black Beauty tomato. It originally was right here in the center where I have 4, I think they're Garden Gem tomatoes around it. I transplanted it here because the next thing I planted is a Smokebush. I think this is called Winecraft Black, but I planted this one here knowing this is the spot it was going to go in, and I didn't think I was going to get a Smokebush this year, but if you know me at this point, my interest peaked when I saw it at a garden center, and I figured, I gotta have it. So I got it this year, it's gonna go in the ground, and I really just wanted to get it in the ground so that way it could root in for next season. So instead of waiting for these tomatoes to die and planting this when it was dormant, I figured I would just put it in now. It also had a branch that kind of snapped on it, either on the transport home or some other time like that. So it has a few branches here. I am planning to cut this back pretty severely this year, so it's a little bit thicker for next year. But this will end up getting, I think it's supposed to really get like 8 to 10 feet tall in the end, even if the tag doesn't say that. So that'll have a nice large space that it can fill up in this area. It'll kind of be like a large bush / small tree. There won't be any of these vegetables here next year. I'll probably just have the Smokebush, maybe put something else around it. This is the Jimborn Beauty Hinoki cypress that I just put in. This gets about 15 feet tall, 12 feet wide, so it'll be a nice evergreen here. And then the weeping birch. If that doesn't look good next year, it's not staying and I'm replacing it with something else. So if you have a suggestion for something that could go here, probably a deciduous small tree / shrub. I've got the evergreen and the purple here. Something maybe nice and flowering would look good there. I'm not gonna go in any particular order, but just because I saw this plant next, there's a sedum here, and then on the other side of the tropical bed, a sedum here. Now I had a sedum here and here, that's where they initially started off, but you can see it's already pretty crowded there, and I also have to wrap up these bananas every winter, and I realized after planting that sedum that it probably was gonna get in the way of wrapping these up. Plus there's also tulips there too, so it's just too crowded for there to be too many plants there. So I moved it here. I'll probably get one more thing, maybe something that has like a purple leaf or something that stays on the smaller side to go here and here, just because we are keeping a symmetrical look, but I think those two sedum will look nice here. So they're actually about to start blooming. They've been budded up, well, pretty much since I got them about a month ago, but these are gonna bloom like a nice pinkish, maybe a little bit of red touched in with that. Moving to the front yard, this is the bed where I planted the 3 hostas and the hellebores here, but I moved this brunnera from the spot that it was in, which I can show you afterwards, just because I think there was too many tree roots. It was getting kind of compacted, and it's still alive, but I actually had 2 of these, and the other one didn't make it. So I'm hoping this will do better here. It also does get a little bit more sun here, but it can fill up this corner for now. I may end up transplanting it again in the future, but at least it can grow on for now and get a lot larger. This maple tree right here, this is the tree where I did have it. So you can see that there's this bed here with these 4 heuchera in it. I did have one planted here last year, and then the other one that I just transplanted was right in this corner. But if you kind of weed around in this area, there are so many tree roots. I actually should be adding more compost and just other soil for these plants to be growing into. But I figured, you know what, I'll just keep the 4 heuchera here for now, and then I don't need to have anything in that corner. Or if I add something in, I'll put in more compost first. Now, I did tackle this hosta. It was blooming. I actually kind of like the look of hosta blooms. This hosta will be moving in the fall as well, but I have to leave it for now so I don't put it into too much shock. But I just deadheaded this here, and then there was a pot here. This was a type of osteospermum. It just wasn't doing well in that pot, so I took it away from here and I cut it back. And this is what it looks like now. It's kind of strange because I thought that was going to be the perfect size pot to put just 1 annual in it, and it did look really great at the beginning of the semester, but I think just over time it kind of outgrew that pot. There was nothing supporting the osteospermum, and I think because it didn't have anything on the sides of it, like it wasn't in the ground, so it's not like it had continuous support from the ground, it just was the air after the pot ended. It just kind of broke apart, like it broke in half. It did end up splitting. And I think it just needed a good cut back. I even did cut it back once or twice, and it didn't seem to be enough. So I cut it back really hard. It does have beautiful yellow flowers, so I think it still would look really nice for the fall. So if it comes back enough and starts blooming for the fall, that's great. I'll put it back out in the front. If not, then I'm just gonna leave it back here, and this will be a fun experiment. So I guess we'll see what happens with this. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I think I might be doing a garden tour as the next video. We'll see. So stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. Besides that, I hope you guys liked this video, and I will see you in the next one.